Welcome to OFR. In this tutorial, I'll be guiding you on how to assemble the Malm desk from IKEA. For this build, you need a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a hammer, and also 2 Allen keys and a wrench that IKEA provides you with. You can also use a drill with a Phillips bit or a posi drive bit to speed up the assembly process. So let's first focus on assembling the drawer. Grab this piece and put in this orientation. Also grab 2 of these screws and screw them into these 2 holes. Next, put the 2 side drawer pieces in this orientation. The inside edges should be flat and the outside edges should be more rounded. Also grab 2 of the thinnest dowels and hammer them into these 2 holes. These dowels should be located in a small separate bag. Then attach the side drawer pieces like this. Now grab 2 plastic fasteners and secure them into these 2 holes. Next, grab the bottom of the drawer and put it in like this. Then grab the back of the drawer and attach it as shown. Now grab 2 plastic pins and hammer them into these 2 holes. Then flip the drawer over and grab 2 corresponding DL and DR drawer sliders and 4 of these small screws. Now go to the left side and secure the DL drawer slider using the 2 screws. The 2 screws will be going into these 2 holes. Then repeat the same step for the DR drawer slider for the right side of the drawer. Now put the drawer aside and grab these 2 panels and put them into this orientation. Then grab the right and left drawer sliders and 4 small screws. So for the left panel, the right drawer slider will be placed on like this. For the right panel, the left drawer slider will be placed on like this. Then secure each drawer slider with 2 screws. The screws will be going into these holes. Next, grab 4 of these screws and screw them into these 4 holes. Then take the left panel and turn it 90 degrees like this and push the right panel to the side for now. Now grab this panel that has a total of 6 holes along 2 edges and 6 of the thinnest dowels. The 6 dowels will be hammered into these 6 holes. Next, attach the panel like this. In the instructions it says that there's an unfinished edge, but in my situation, all the edges are finished, so just make sure when you attach this panel, this corner is flush. Now grab this panel and put in this orientation. Also grab 6 of the thicker dowels and hammer them into these 6 holes. Now attach the bottom panel as shown. Then grab 2 fasteners and secure them into these 2 holes. Next, grab 2 wider pieces that look like this and 8 thicker dowels. Also grab 2 thinner pieces that look like this and 8 thinner dowels. You'll be hammering in the 8 thicker dowels into the 8 holes of the wider pieces. As for the thinner pieces, you'll be hammering in the 8 thinner dowels. Then attach the two wider pieces to the structure as shown. Just make sure the unfinished edge of each piece are hidden. Now attach the two thinner pieces as shown. It doesn't matter which way you put them in, as all edges should have a finish to them. Then bring in the right panel and put in this orientation. Then attach the right panel on like this. Next, grab two fasteners and secure them into these two holes. Then put the structure you just worked on aside and grab the worktop and put in this orientation. Also grab 3 of these screws and a wrench. The 3 screws will be going into these 3 holes. Now grab 4 of these screws and screw them into these 4 holes. Next, grab this panel and put in this orientation. Also grab 3 of these metal wheels and put them into these 3 holes. Just make sure the arrows on the wheels are facing the left side. Then grab 2 long dowels and hammer them into these 2 holes. Now attach the panel on like this. Then using the Allen key, tighten all 3 wheels as shown. Next, grab 3 plastic caps and cover the 3 holes. Now grab these 3 pieces and put them into this orientation. Next, grab 5 of these screws and screw them into these 5 holes. Then grab 3 dowels and hammer them into these 3 holes. Now put these 2 pieces together like this. Next, grab 2 fasteners and secure them into these 2 holes. Then grab 2 dowels and hammer them into these 2 holes. Now attach the 3rd piece on like this. Next, grab 3 fasteners and secure them into these 3 holes. Now for these next steps, they're related to having the drawer and the storage unit on the right side. So grab this metal piece and 2 of these screws from the small bag. The 2 screws will be going into these 2 holes. Next, grab 2 of these screws and screw them into these 2 holes. Then grab the structure you worked on before and put in this orientation. Then attach this side first. Now grab 2 of these screws and an Allen key. Then using the Allen key, screw in both screws into these 2 holes. Next, grab 2 fasteners and secure them into these 2 holes. Now grab the structure that you worked on before and put in this orientation. Also grab 6 long dowels and hammer them into these 6 holes. Then flip the structure over like this and attach it to the bottom of the worktop. You may need another person's help in this step. Now grab 4 fasteners and secure them into these 4 holes. Next, grab 6 plastic scratch guards and hammer them into these 6 spots. The nail in the middle of the scratch guard may be sticking out, so to fix this, grab a dowel and hammer it in as shown. Then flip the desk over. You may need another person's help in this step. Next, grab 2 of these corresponding hinge pieces and 4 of these screws. The 2 hinges will be going into these 2 spots. It's going to look something like this. Make sure the arrow is facing this direction, and you should screw in the screws into the B-holes of the corresponding hinge pieces. The end product should look something like this. Now you can choose any of the 3 levels, but grab 4 shelf pins and put them into these 4 holes. Then grab the shelf and place it on like this. Now grab 4 bumpers and stick them on. They should be attached in these 4 spots. Next, grab the door and put it in this orientation. Also grab 2 hinges and 4 of these screws. Then secure each hinge using 2 screws. It's going to look something like this. Now attach the door on like this. Then secure it by screwing in the screw for both hinges. Next, attach the drawer on like this. So if your door is not aligned properly, these next steps are for you. If your door is positioned too high or too low, unscrew these 2 screws and adjust the hinges up or down. So if the storage unit door is too far in or too far out, unscrew this screw on both hinges and move the hinges more in or more out. So if your door is leaning to one side or the other, adjust this screw. So now check that everything opens and closes properly. If you followed all these steps, then you shouldn't have any issues. You should now have a fully assembled Malm desk from IKEA. Hopefully this tutorial helped you out.